A couple minutes early. We got Flower here. Flower, happy birthday. I sent you a link. Goldie singing. I don't know if you got it or not. It was her, what she sang to you yesterday. Happy birthday. So I hope you got it. I hope you're having a good birthday. It is Saturday, 29th, 2024. 1 o'clock, just a couple minutes before 1. Now, I never know exactly what's going to happen on a Saturday or Sunday when we do live streams. As you know, it's a busy-ish day. Hold on 1 second, guys. So yeah, people are out, they're shopping, they're spending time with family. So I never really expect anyone to stop by. But if they do, that's cool. Conversation goes on regardless. Or if Michael was here, I would say irregardless. So I'm actually getting a text from Mocha right now. So Flower says hi there. And she has so many gifts. Awesome. What do you get? What do you get so far? Give me a second. I got a lot of drawing stuff as well. That's awesome. What every young artist needs. What every old artist needs. Let's see if anyone else might pop in today. I don't want to bore Flower with my talks. Just her and I. I'd rather bore lots of people with my talk instead of just boring one person. Did you have a cake? Is that a tradition in Myanmar? Sorry. I keep looking because as I'm getting texts coming in. Let's see. Sorry. I don't mean to be distracted. I talk about one-pointed attention developed through yoga and meditation. It's actually one of the 8 branches of yoga. Concentration. Although, depending on your teacher, like Eknathis Warren, who I first learned, what I thought of as my first viable form of meditation, and he had his own 8 spiritual principles based upon the 8 branches of yoga, as well as the, sorry, my cat's saying hi, as well as the Eightfold Path of Buddhism. And one of them was one-pointed concentration, developed through his particular method of meditation, which he called passage meditation, which is a wonderful, wonderful practice. I absolutely love it. It's been some time since I practiced it, as not too long after that, I had practiced a few Buddhist meditations before, sorry guys, before I discovered primordial sound meditation, which is a derivative path of other mantra meditations. Let's see. RTM says, what? I hate this. Kidding? Well, I don't want you to hate it. What can we do to make it better? What can we make this a better experience for RTM? Let's see. Dan says, have the sauce. You know what? I've heard that mentioned once before, but I still don't rightly know what it is. Interesting. RTM says, hope you have a good time. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. A pencil's cup. And yup. Awesome. Barb is here. Barb, my friend, how are you? Don's who? Hugs and blessings. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yeah, so it's for me, discovering primordial sound meditation, which is very similar to other forms of more well-known. I'm always afraid now that I'm monetized to mention certain names. Well, you know what? Let's chance it. Very similar to transcendental meditation, as Deepak Chopra, who was the founder of primordial sound meditation, was at one time extremely high up in the organization. Some thought he might be the heir apparent to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Let's see. I'm gonna clean my computer screen. Is that Samathan? Samathaman? Sam the Man. Man, sometimes it takes me minutes to catch on. Sam the Man says, hi, how are you, my friend? Barb says, tired, but still fighting. Yeah, I saw, man, your voice was harsh. That's, man, Barb, that takes so much out of you. I always feel bad for that. Flower says, yeah, you can do it. Lydia says, what's up, brother? Not much. How are you, my friend? Wolf says, hi, Yogi, and Miss Flower, and everyone else. And we get a hi back from Flower. So officially, today is officially, although it might be soon over for Flower, if not over already, it's her birthday. Long awaited. I inadvertently thought it was, I thought it was the 19th or the 20th. Eric Lapointe is here. Eric, how are you? So, when we got Squirrel Sniper here, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. Yeah, so passage meditation from Ignatius Warren focuses on a spiritual passage. He recommends starting with the prayer of St. Francis under the assumption that we become what we meditate upon. So what better thing to become than an instrument of peace, as it begins with, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there's hatred, let me sow love. It continues on. And what you do is you memorize the passage, not that hard, and close your eyes, sit in a comfortable position, back straight. You simply think the passage, one word at a time, very slowly, but so it still has meaning. Letting each word sort of sink into the stillness of the mind like you're dropping a pebble into a pool. And you're absorbing the energy of the prayer. Let's see. Flower says, it's about over 24 minutes for me, but we're going to celebrate for 24 minutes. It's all about Flower. Squirrel Sniper says, hi to all. Blessed day to all. Blessed day to you, my friend. Barb says, it's never over, Flower. It'll soon be here again. This is true. And it sneaks up quicker and quicker as we get older, doesn't it? Wolf says, Flower, that makes you how old now? Flower is 12. The wisest 12-year-old that I know. I'm not saying that just because she hangs out with us. Let's see. Flower says, hiya, Eric LP. Eric, did you work out today? Squirrel Snapper says, I have 5 11-year-olds for a sleepover over here. Birthday sleepover. Um, man, that's a lot. So you had to sneak away, get in some alone time for a few minutes at least. Barb says, yes, it does. When you get older, it cut quicker. Blink of an eye. Really, it feels like a blink of the eye. Wolf says it doesn't sneak up on you when you're my age. It hits you like a bat. Really, for me, it's only felt that way for the past couple years. Squirrel Simple says, taking a dog for a walk. Taking a dog for a walk. Yeah, nice to get out and get some air. Clear the mind of 11-year-old chatter. Although they might be getting ready, well, maybe not. When you have 5 11-year-olds, they might not do any sleeping tonight. Oh, Eric Lapointe, you're going for a streak. You're doing it every day. Awesome. Teddy Bear says, hi there. Hi, Teddy Bear. How are you? Barb says, so many doctor's appointments. I find that days are gone, and I don't know. They do. They did. Yeah, understandable. It was that way when I was taking my dad to appointments. And then, of course, during the shutdown, it just felt like one long day. I'll be honest with you, socially, I'm not recovered from the shutdown. It was just a weird time between having to shut down my small business, caring for my father, his death, keeping him safe from COVID the entire time, and then suffering the anxiety and some panic attacks like out of the blue. It took a bigger toll than I cared to admit. Rick Point says, yeah, I've been since June 8th. That was your start date. Awesome. So we got Burpee King and we got Unk. I don't know who's in between. I'm up there on the streak days with 900 something. Leo said so. Just getting up in the 170s now. And Eric Lapointe is going to catch them all. Let's see. Teddy Bear says, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty good today. It's on the warm side, which isn't so bad. Saturday, you know, I do my 2 walks in the morning, early, and then later, a little later in the morning. It's a busier day on the bike paths around here. A lot of runners, a lot of dog walkers, so a little harder to catch sight of the things that I love seeing. I prefer those weekday walks. Squirrel Sniper says, having hot dogs over a fire very soon. Wow, that sounds awesome. It's all already prepped. Man, those are the memories for a father and a daughter that will last a lifetime for sure. Flower said she had a hard time figuring out what a PT meant. I knew you'd get it. If I can figure out some of the stuff that you leave, finally, there was something that Flower didn't know. There was an abbreviation that Flower didn't know. It's the first time. Barb says, Yogi, it's hard. It was bad for me. I had cancer surgery during them and right after. I was diagnosed with a incurable lung disease during COVID. And it took a while to get appointments, to get my the pulmonary, the CAT scan, and do the pulmonary test. Only afterwards to be told, no, you don't have an incurable lung disease. You just have really big lungs from being an endurance athlete. I do, however, have I got arthritis in my jaw from having a misaligned jaw, which causes me some issues. Reaper's here. Where did I miss that? Eric Point says, nice squirrel sniper. Yep, very nice. Did I, let's see, did I miss Reaper? Flower says I did. Barb says flower means appointment. 92 degrees. Yeah, I think it's getting up to 91 or 92 here as well. Flower says, no, it's fine. No need to be sorry. Barb says, thank you, Flower. You're so sweet. And she certainly is. Master Sergeant, retired. Mocha says, hello, little ray of sunshine, Flower. And hello to everyone else. No one else gets a special greeting. And we got a hi, Miss Mocha. And 4 stars. We're going to see if Eric LaPointe gets a high 5 back. Flower says, now, Yogi, you helped me figure that out. I'm glad I could be helpful. Wolf says, okay, let's all remember the only violence allowed in this chat is that directed to the like button. So go for it. Thank you for that. Awesome. 5 likes. I'll take it. I'll take it all. Mocha says, actually, APT means apartment, and APPT is usually appointment. Leave it to a linguist. Leave it to a military linguist. It also could be a word, apt, APT. I was apt to make that conclusion. Barb says, apt could be also be apartment, the idea of the sentence. This is true. Flower says, help. Yes, it's all in the context. Let's see, Wolf says, hi to Master Sergeant, retired. To the Master Sergeant. Barb says, I had COVID 4 times now. I have to watch it even more. Well, my one vow during COVID was to keep my father safe. That the last 10 years of his life, he had a history of pneumonia that he recovered awesomely from. But, you know, each one, it got harder and harder. He was in his 90s, I guess 91 when COVID hit. And I don't know if he could have, he went through so much, and burst, septic gallbladder, a stroke, not to mention 10 hard years of being a caregiver for my mother with Alzheimer's, that I just didn't think he was going to be able to survive if he was hit with COVID, and which is the reason why I stopped training people. But the vow was he was not going to die in a hospital, alone, isolated from the people who loved him. But thank you for that, Barb. That was extremely nice of you, and very much appreciated. We get, hey, Power of Spice, Vincent is here. Says, hey, everyone. Vincent, how are you? How are you feeling, my friend? What's an update? How's the walk-in? Last time we chatted, you had made it to the kitchen. Flower said I had COVID once. Don't even know how I survived. Was it bad for you? Let's see. Squirrel Sniper says I caught Jacob owning Psycho Burpees. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that. I made quite a few live streams today. Reaper, as well as working out with the J Jordan. Let's see, Paradox, they caught him, and a few other people. But I missed Jacob. Man, I would love to see him do. He was talking about doing the psycho burpees. He was asking Reaper. Let's see. Milka says, yes, thank you, Barb. Very kind of you. Extremely kind. Barb says, I always help with when we can. And that's always so much appreciated. Let's see. Wolf says, Master Sergeant will always be your first name in my book. You know what? I love that respect. Flower says, thanks too. And you've helped me so much. Well, I appreciate hearing that as well. We're all in this together. Flower says, I'm going to still call you Miss Milka. Flower says, no, the COVID wasn't that bad. Awesome. It definitely hit older people harder. Not exclusively so, but I think majority-wise. It was just, it was tough with my dad because there was a situation at hand that didn't make it easier to keep him safe. So I was in a constant state of anxiety that someone was going to bring something. Let's see. Vincent says, I'm well. I can make it to the porch. Going live tonight. Awesome. What time are you going to go live? I'll definitely try to, at the very least, share it if I'm asleep and stop by tomorrow and catch the replay. If you guys get the opportunity, go check out Horror of Spice. Go check out Vincent. I would be remiss if I said go check out Horror of Spice without saying and Mrs. Horror of Spice. If the link works, definitely go visit. Mocha says, okie dokie, Flower, I'm good with that. She'll always be Mocha to me. She'll always be the woman who looked me in the eye, extremely sincerely, gave me a light smile and said, I will never high-five you. And she never has. She has lived up to her promise. And that was on our wedding day. That was the wedding vow, as a matter of fact. Barb says, we were traveling back from Florida and I had COVID. That was terrible. 2 days. I bet it was, yeah. Mocha says, Wolf spoken like a true airman. I can only imagine it stays with you, Sniper says, 2 sets of 10 psychos flawlessly. Awesome. I had no doubt that he'd get it. He's young, he's strong, he's fit. Let's see. Wolf says, my nephew retired Master Sergeant in 2019, 20 years. Awesome. Let's see. Vincent says, latest is 6:30 p.m. So, I should still be up. I can at least stop by and say hi and see what the chat is about. Unless you want to give a hint also. If you let us know the theme. I don't want you to give anything away if you're not comfortable doing it. Mocha says that is awesome. My goal was to retire at least 20 years and as Master Sergeant. So I got 23 and a half. And she got her Master Sergeant. Sniper says the highest rank for a sniper is Master Gunnery Sergeant. What does it cap out there? Wolf says also Air Force. Squirrel Sniper says I think. Burpee Reaper, we were just talking about you. I was mentioning Squirrel Sniper was talking about Jacob doing his initial psycho burpees. Did you manage to catch that? Barb says, thank you all for all who served. Flower says, it's just me, or is Yogi skipping a lot of chats? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm still hoping someone knows how to slow the chat down. I keep looking, and I don't see it. Let's see. Mocha says, aim high, Wolf. Says, no, not in Burma. Wolf says, salute sniper, Marine. What is the British version of Marines? Mocha says, oh, sorry, I think it's now fly, fight, win. It'll always be aim high. I think aim high sounds better. Barb says, for me too, Mocha. Let's see. Sniper says, I felt like most of my past lives I was a soldier through different periods of history. This time around, I was given a break. Nice to be given that break. Chance for a different experience, different learning lessons. Mocha says, interesting squirrel. Barb says her dad and uncles served in World War II. Always said, aim high, and it stuck with me. Yeah, my dad served at the tail end of World War II on a mine sweep in the South Pacific, and I had uncles who served and fought in Europe and were part of the liberation of some of the concentration camps, which, from what I gathered, liberating the camps was harder for them than the actual fighting that they did, the experience and what they saw. Reaper says, of course, I made him do it. Also, you know, I think he got the tutorial because he said he was going to watch you. No better way to learn. Wolf says, no, there are higher ranks for non-coms. Reaper says he did great. That's what Squirrel Sniper was saying. Flower says, a great question. What was your favorite memory in the military, Miss Mocha? Excellent question. Reaper says, salute to Jacob. Definitely salute to Jacob. Barb says, you need to do it when you first start. It's under replay live chat. Maybe under more. You see, I don't see those options when I set it up. I've looked under every button. Flower says, yeah, Yogi is skipping a lot of messages. Not intentionally. Everyone that I see, except for like some highs. If I miss something that you guys want me to address, just let me know. Wolf says, apps, I forgot Sniper is from England. Yes. Different ranking system. Barb says, Dad was at Normandy. Wow. Mocha's favorite memory, taking care of my subordinates, and other troops in different branches, and the love and admiration they had for me, for what I did for them. Nice. It's about service. Barb says uncle was in the Pacific and carriers. And let's see, Reaper says he talked about it then. I just said just them, and he didn't think about it. He just went off. That's the way to do it, you know? If you overthink things. I see that with so much. I see it in burpees. I see it in yoga. I see it in meditation. Flower says, that's so sweet to Miss Mocha. Well, that sums up Mocha. The experience itself sums up Mocha. That, you know, her favorite memory, and it was about helping people. Mocha says, saving some of my troops' careers when the higher ups were trying to make them get out due to things like fitness or not doing well on exams. Not only that, she actually brought me business to my um, fitness training business, as I got to train a few people to help them get ready for their fitness. So it was a win all the way around for everyone. Eric Point says, yeah, Jacob is a beast. Yeah, he is, especially out in that heat. Let's see, Barb says, well, you need to make someone a supermod to help you out. I do have a couple supermods. I don't think anyone is here, though. I know Goldie's a supermod, as well as I think UK Medic might be a supermod. And I think maybe Destiny is. Thank you for that, Barb. Hey, Barb, if you know how to do it, I'd be happy to make you a super mod. Reaper says, see, all people got to do it. It's simple. Just do it. Exactly. Especially something like that, because if you overthink it, you're going to mess up. You just need to commit to the movement. Flower says it still is. It still is. Mocha says it still is. Flower. It still surprises me. Our friend Greg Dayton is here. Hello, Barb. How are you doing this? How are you doing? This is Greg from Stockton, California, USA. Let's see. Wolf says, Master Sergeant, what command if you don't mind? Burpee Reaper says, is. Barb says, hey, Greg, I know you. Thank you for saying hello. Hugs and blessings. Everyone says hey to Greg and LaPointe. Hello, Eric, number 2. And again, it's all about age. It's all about living seniority. Barb says Uncle Henry had all sorts of stories about when plane would come in hot. It took me a while to understand what that meant. Barb says, I know how. It's up to you, Yogi. We can do that. First, I have to remove a standard mod very briefly. Oops. I think I made a mistake here. There we go. Give me a second, guys. Officially a managing mod. All right, let me dive back in. Greg says, thanks, Barb. You're a very tough person. She is. Flower says 12. So, the birthday is officially over. That doesn't mean the celebration is over. It is still Celebrate Flower Hour. However long the live stream. You know what? Hey, let's make it the whole weekend. We'll celebrate Flower again tomorrow. We celebrated her yesterday. We got a song from Goldie. Barb says, Greg, I've fought all my life to live. Cajuns are like that. Dad said being a Cajun is like serving 20 years in the Army. Wolf says, Flower, you're getting closer to 13 by the minute. Man, the teen years, the big teen years. Eric White says, yes, I'm good with number 2. Or little Eric. Well, here, I'd probably the vast majority just say Yogi. So I don't mind. I don't mind letting go of the identity of Eric for a couple hours a day. Heck, I've been trying to do it my entire life. I've been trying to do it my entire uh, yogic meditation journey. So here there's Eric Lapointe, and then there's Yogi. Flower says, yeah, Wolf. Semper says a teen. Hello, Flower here. Not yet. She's got a year to go. She has less than a year to go. She has 364 days and how many minutes? Let's see. Flower says, does anyone know when was last time Night Watcher made an appearance? It was a couple mornings ago at the 5 a.m. Live stream. Maybe 2 days ago. And then the last time he was here in the afternoon, he was, it was tough for him. He was talking about his father and how he was feeling. It's always a difficult situation when anyone comes in and they ask for advice, because, well, you never want to steer someone wrong. It's even harder when someone 15 and they ask for advice dealing with their family, because you don't want to make things worse, especially from another country, a different culture. So what might be really easy for us to do here, talk to a teacher, go to an authority, whatever, is almost an impossibility in other places. Mocha says, Wolf, the major comment of which I was a member, of which I was a member, was the 1st Strategic Air Command, SAC, which later became part of ACC, Air Combat Command. Flower is worried for him. You have a way of getting in touch with him, right? Wolf says, more so when the culture is different. Yeah, especially so. Because again, it's really easy for us to say here, talk to a teacher or make a phone call, whatever. Flower says, my uncle is a military pilot. He hasn't been online for I don't know how long. Yeah, you mentioned your uncle was a military pilot before. I'll keep an eye out for him over at Nobles, because I know he pops up there sometimes. Greg says, hey, Eric, the host, have you ever been overweight? Because right now you have no fat on you at all. I am pretty lean. I have been not overweight. I've been as heavy as 220 pounds. I don't say overweight because I specifically bulked up to accomplish something. Not my most athletic achievement, eating a lot. But I wanted a 300 plus pound bench press, and bench was a particularly difficult exercise for me. Don't know why. I was great at overhead pressing. I had a strong deadlift. I had a decent squat. But bench, I guess the biomechanics were just wrong for me. So in order to get my bench up, I wanted to bulk up. And it turned out that at 220, I could get over 300, but there was a loss of mobility. I was big. I was really big. Mocha's seen photos of me at that size. And of course, when I first met Mocha, I was probably um, 30 pounds heavier. I was just doing different things. I was training for Olympic lifting then, and then kettlebell sport. Then when I got into ultra running, I got really lean. So yeah, from 220 to whatever I weigh now, which I'm not sure. Let's see. Barb says I got to put on 30 seconds, but it won't allow me to save it. Well, I guess if we do it on occasion. Reaper says, good work on your nasal breathing seals this morning, Eric. Thanks. I appreciate that. Man, I definitely felt them after hitting my dips. I was happy getting the 27 dips in a row. A recent best. Wolf says he was a Strategic Air Command as well. Security police. Awesome. Still has his badge his mom kept for him. Mocha said, that's wonderful. She kept it for you. Yeah, it is. Awesome. So, Barb, it seems to be a little bit slower, so it seems to be working. Mocha says that was before 1992. Wolf is very surprised she had it. Seems like a thing a mom would keep, you know? Yeah, so one of the realizations at being at 220, that if I wanted to continue with that type of lifting, if I wanted to continue training for powerlifting, to keep getting my bench up, I was going to have to keep bulking up, and it just seemed ridiculous. So let's say maybe one day I'd be able to bench 400 pounds in a competition. Probably not, unless I used performance enhancing, which the reason I got into all of that was for health, so wasn't even tempted. But for me to get close to 400, I would have had to probably walk up to 250, and I'm about 5'9". And it could be done. I know lots of powerlifters who are 5'9" who weigh that much and more, actually. But it's so hard carrying that much weight around. I'm always a little surprised the comments I get from some people popping in that you need to put on some weight, you need to do this, which, you know, at 59, you don't want to do anything that inhibits your mobility, as well as your cardio health, as well as, you know, man, I was an ultra runner for 11 years, and I still try to be somewhat close to heading back in that direction if I want to. And actually, if you see, you know, if you look at the burpee videos, I'm definitely not skinny, but I'm lean. I'm not as lean as the Burpee Reaper, but no one's as lean as the Burpee Reaper. Mocha says, wish you'd kept at least one set of ABUs and blues. I'm surprised you didn't. Wolf says, yes, Master Sergeant, by 20 years. Eric had long, hippie hair, right? Yeah, I did. For a long time, until I was just a little bit past 30. Reaper says, Eric, honestly, did you ever smoke the good stuff, 420? I smoked a lot of good stuff. I smoked a lot of stuff. I didn't just stop with marijuana. I didn't do you know, any of the super harmful stuff. A little bit of some stuff that might surprise people, But you know what? I was in my teens, I was in my 20s, and you can't afford the good stuff in your teens and your 20s. That's what kept me out of a whole lot of trouble because I have an addictive personality. Although with drugs, it was different than alcohol. I sort of took it as a sacrament, a lot of it. Flower says, Yogi, I'm gonna leave. I'll be back. We'll be here. Wolf says he went in 610.71 and out in 73. Wolf, did you ever think about making it a career? Barb says the doctor told me since June 1st, lost 37 pounds to 37 to 39 pounds. And he said that was too fast. Yeah, that is pretty fast. That much in a month. Milka says, yes, Eric had a golden mane of hair back in the day. I have never known him with it, though. That was my signature Grateful Dead thing, where people knew me. People are always surprised when you say, the greatest dance show ever is a Grateful Dead show. And with the long blonde hair flying everywhere. And I can't do that now because people would think I was having a seizure. They'd see this guy dancing as if he had hair flying in the air. People would come rushing to me. Laradox is in the house. Yes, he is. Laradox, how are you? Mocha says, yes, Barb, that's way too fast. It certainly is. Reaper says, it's all what we eat. Diet. Very true. And of course, it helps doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of burpees every day. Laradox just got back from basketball. Couldn't talk. Hope you had a good practice. Barb says, well, they put me on Ozempic. I haven't known anyone. You're the first person I've known that's been on Ozempic. And also with the cancer, so they're watching me. Let's see. Laradox says he doesn't think he can stay in the stream for long. That's okay. Appreciate you stopping by. Wolf had a few of his uniform pants. His dad said to keep them in case it fell on hard times. I could use wool to keep me warm. It's good advice. Laradox says, you guys are my family. That's nice to hear. And what's up, Yogi? Not much. Just having a conversation. Talking about whatever. If there's anything specific you guys want to talk about, just let me know. Wolf was only in for 2 years, 2 months, and 14 days. Almost down to the minute. Almost down to the hours. Barb says, Laradox, I see you as part of my family, as a spiritual part of my family. That's very nice. Mocha says we overlapped. Was 4/12/91 to 10/1/214. I thought he said 70. Yeah, we missed by 20 years. Now they got it. Let's see. Mocha says those 2 years, 2 months, and 14 days were pretty tough at that time, I would imagine. Yeah, I would think so. Laradox says, Yogi, you look up big storm in Hawaii? I haven't. It is the one, if you want. I'll keep an eye out for it. Barb says she wore pants for the first time in 20 years for her graduation reunion. I was surprised. Well, and that was 2-3 weeks ago, if I recall correctly. It's a cheat meal. When you're 15, every meal should be a cheat meal when you're 15. Wolf says he was stationed in Florida the whole time during the Vietnam War, but didn't make it over there. Milka wants to know where in Florida. Barb says yes, the 7th and 8th. Yeah, I remember you talking about that. And what a good time that you had. Laradox is actually in the south part of Hawaii. Nice. I've always had an interest in Hawaiian shamanism. I've talked about it quite a bit. Barb says, everyone, if you can read this book, it helped me. Who am I? Solving the Identity Process. I read a book, Who Am I, by Ramana Maharshi, on the process of self-inquiry. And it has been a important part of my life ever since. I'll be on the lookout for that one. Aradox says he can just eat and always stay in shape. That changes for some sooner, for some later. I'm pretty careful with my diet for lots of different reasons, actually. Homestead Air Force Base, then McCoy near Orlando, says Wolf. Is Homestead and McCoy still there? I know from what I remember, didn't a bunch of them close down? Lardox says, really respect the religion and the culture of Hawaii. It's very beautiful. And by the way, originally from USA. I thought you told me at one time you were living in North Carolina. Laradox says he's not a vegetarian, but I don't really eat much meat. It's good that I always recommend plant-based, which doesn't mean vegetarian or vegan. It means that primarily you eat a bunch of plants, and then if you have meat, it's a subsidy to everything else that you eat. Milka says, oh my God, for real, I was stationed in Key West Naval Air Station for her first station, and Homestead Air Force Base was our home base. Nice. I wasn't there when Hurricane Andrew decimated. She was there in 92. Wolf says McCoy was closing at the time. Laradox says he's from North Carolina. So what brought you to Hawaii? Milk was in the BX at Homestead when I discovered I was pregnant with my daughter. Laradox says he regularly visits and lives there. Let's see. Eric Point says Laradox used to make the buoys that detected the tsunamis. Well, what type of job was that, Eric? Luke is here. Luke, my friend, how are you? Luke ate some plantain chips yesterday. Pretty good, and the bag was full to the top. Your move, potatoes. I like plantain chips. I don't know, though. At this point in time, at this point in history, is anything ever going to replace the potato chip? They have veganized potato chips, which they should be anyway, as they're potatoes and chips. But that doesn't necessarily always mean they're going to be vegan. Welcome with Goldie is here. Hi there, lovely people. 10 minutes of work to go. Awesome. We will keep you company. How was work today, Goldie? Lodak says, permanently live in Hawaii, but during like the summer, I moved to North Carolina for like a few weeks with his aunt. and his niece. Wolf says we were a small SAC unit with two KC-135 tankers and two B-52s loaded. Let's see, Larodax says that his aunt and niece were when she was super old, and unfortunately her boyfriend ran away and abandoned her. I'm sorry to hear that. Milka says she loves Hawaii. Larodax, Greg, Yogi will explain. I'm not sure that I can. Well, Goldie says quite busy. She joined the live 40 minutes ago and wasn't able to type. Luke says, heard it's not very quiet during the nights in Hawaii. How so? Just like people partying and stuff, or other issues? Barb says, hurricanes and tropical storms coming into the Gulf of Mexico is alarming. There are 3 out there between the Caribbean and Mexico. If they reach the Gulf, we may be in trouble. Keeping you in my prayers, Barb. Man, the Gulf is hit hard. Luke says it's complicated. Lots of loud critters. You know what? I can live with the loud critters. It's the loud critter humans that get me. Luke says, don't know if it's some vacation spots or what. Not sure. So Eric LaPointe, how did you get a job making buoys? Buoys, boys, buoys. Larodoc says, more of a mountain guy. Hey, you got volcanoes in Hawaii. Luke says, I don't know if it's just some vacation spots or what. Not sure. Larodoc says, I'm surprisingly not the biggest fan of the ocean beach. More of a mountain guy. I prefer the mountains myself. I don't mind beaches if I can find the right type of beach. I like the natural setting of a beach. You know what I mean? I don't like the boardwalk, like the Outer Banks type of beach. Awesome. Eric Point says, I used to make fender systems for the U.S. Coast Guard. Buoys. And I designed, custom fixed the fender systems of the Navitac boat, and they send me out there for work. That's awesome. So how do you make the switch from that to Christmas Tree Farmer? Luke says, sick stuff, Eric. Nodak says, well, where I live isn't necessarily your idea of what you'd want Hawaii. Let's see. Barb says we don't have boardwalks at the golf beaches. Nice. Wolf says, Zaradox, I understand. I was in Florida in the service, and it took 1 year. It took me a year to go to the beach. Well, Zaradox said he's from the ghetto, Hawaii. Eric says, Gilman Crop, Connecticut. I knew the right people. Nice. So I take it was a purposeful choice, something that you wanted to do, or not like something that you stumbled upon the opportunity. Most things in my life I stumbled upon. Greg says, "Hello, Goldie. Wish you well from California, USA." Luke wants to know how the gangs are in Hawaii. I actually heard the surf gangs were pretty rough. That very protective of the beaches. Barb says, "Yogi, I sent you a link to see what the golf looks like here in Louisiana." Oh, thanks. I will be looking at it. And you know what? Let me look at it real quick. We're not too busy in the chat. Pretty. Those are the kind of beaches that I also like. I've actually been on the Gulf Coast in Florida a long, long time ago. We lived in Florida for just a little while when I was, man, I guess it was 4 or 5 years old. My dad was taking classes to get his master's degree in, I believe, geography. He got a master's in geography and geology. Aradak says, gangs in Hawaii. Eric Point says, I love working outdoors and didn't like corporate life, even though I was great at it. Understandable. Burpee Reaper says, surf gangs. Wow. Yeah, I've read quite a few stories, quite a few accounts of people who, um, they feel very territorial. Paradox is not a surfer. Paradox says doesn't even like living in Hawaii. Barb says, I love walking the beach, but now I can't with all the sand. Paradox prefers the continuous USA. Mocha lived in Hawaii in Alaska for, was it a year? Sand phobia. Luke says, glad you're safe from Florida now. Greg says, they say that Hawaii is the most expensive state to live in. I've heard that myself. That's what Mocha says. The downside, it's very expensive over here. She had said that I would be happy with the beach, the tropical weather, and the fruit. I'd love to study shamanism with the Hawaiian kahunas. I've mentioned before the Hawaiian shamanic practice of Ho'oponopono, which is the shamanic art of forgiveness. You use 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And you basically accept responsibility for everything that occurs that you are a participant in, which is all of life. If you're aware of it, you're a participant in it. So even if you think, well, that doesn't affect me, you still offer that forgiveness, because being human, being seamless, being part of the all, the isness, um, we're all part of it. So it's a forgiveness form of prayer. It's a pretty powerful practice throughout my life, and I still use it in my practice with the Course in Miracles. Let's see. Barb says, Greg, I would think so. So much things must be shipped in. Yeah, true. Paradox and plus every now and then. I moved to the USA. Who do you live with in Hawaii? I wouldn't mind living in California. Mocha says I love California. If I had the money, that's where I'd live. But it's way too expensive. I'm trying to think. All kinds of places I'd love to live in California. Probably mostly Northern California. Greg says, how does it feel living to Laradox, living with old farts like him? Wolf says, I changed jobs in the service and missed the chance to go to England. Orders came in, but it was too late to go back to security. That would have been something. Luke said there was a vid posted last month, I think, called The Dangerous Hood in Hawaii or something like that. And Mocha says the last 2 years in high school she lived in Alaska. Laradox says I like Alaska. Mocha says her mother still lives there if you want to visit. And her mother does like showing off her area quite a bit. She would take you on a tour. Luke says, how was that, Master Sergeant? Wolf says, yes, almost all building supplies have to be shipped to Hawaii. Let's see, Reaper says, you guys see my last short video, 22 bucks for a turkey leg. I didn't see that. Why 22 bucks for a turkey leg? And it must have been a really good turkey leg. 22 bucks. 22 bucks could keep me in bananas for a week. San Diego County Fair. I'll check out the video when we're done the live stream. Man, Reaper, please tell me that was the single best turkey leg you've ever had in your entire life. I had a $75 shot of tequila once. Pretty smooth. It was not worth $75. Luke says, Laradox head on a swivel. Meaning be careful. Be aware. Reaper says it's expensive everywhere. Especially in the San Diego County Fair. 22 bucks for a turkey leg. Greg said, I believe there's not a lot of actual Hawaii left. What do you mean, Greg? Luke says the price of mutton have gotten out of control. I've never thought of the price of mutton before. Sorry guys, I fall behind again. Paradox is not a native Hawaiian. Greg says it's 300,000 a month rent. 33,000. 3,000. Am I looking at that right? For one bedroom in San Francisco, what a rip. Wow. Paradox says he moved with his aunt every time. Milka says Alaska was a different planet at first, coming from Ohio originally. My high school experience was not great, but Alaska itself was very unique in a good way. Milka says yes, San Fran is one of the most expensive cities. Luke says, wonder how different Alaska is now. It seems Alaska, one of those states like Wyoming and Montana and Idaho, that stay largely the same. Reaper says a room for rent in Southern Cali will run you about $1,200 very easily. Reaper says world will always keep changing. It's what I've learned in life. That is the nature of Buddhism. We suffer because we try to hold on to the impermanent. Everything's changing. Everything's in motion, and we keep resisting it and resisting it for some reason, thinking this time everything's going to stay the same. This time I won't lose anything. And of course we always do. And the Burpee Reaper, spoken like a true Buddhist. Nothing stays the same. This is why he's now officially, as of yesterday, a nasal breathing Zen master. Therodox says, Yogi, my girlfriend moved away. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Where did she move from? Was she a North Carolina girlfriend or was she a Hawaii girlfriend? And how did that work with her if you're moving back and forth? Because mother still lives in Alaska. She says it's gotten a little more dangerous. Anchorage, but it's still a nice place to live. It's amazing, you know, where I was born, McKeesport, Pennsylvania, has one of the highest crime rates, the highest crime rate, I believe, in the state, one of the highest in the United States per capita, which is just amazing to consider. But the mills closed down. A lot of unemployment, a lot of people left. Those who remained, it's a harder life for them. Reaper says, that's okay, Laradox. That's totally okay. Yeah, it's how, you know, young relationships, as Reaper said up above, nothing stays the same. Get a thumbs up from Eric LaPointe for the Burpee Reaper. Let's see. Milka says, where's Barb? She's here. Oh, she's in Louisiana. I don't know if you meant where's Barb, like here in the chat, or where's Barb in the United States. She is in beautiful Louisiana. Cajun country. Reaper says, or you can just run it, Eric. Hey, I can do that. Good suggestion. Hold on, guys. First time through. Let's everyone participate in the feast. So here's my question. How many $22 turkey legs did you eat? Is Reaper like out $500 after spending a day at the fair? Raphael says, I'm sorry, I missed you, my friend. My apologies. You two, my guys. Switzerland is just 2-0 against Italy. Yo, my guys. Awesome. Great for your team. They just won. I'm always amazed at the soccer scores. Sorry, football scores. So, hey, it's up and running. Definitely helps with the algorithms. You know, they if it keeps running through, algorithms catch on. Let me make sure that I don't remember if I hit the like button. And I'll make sure to leave a comment. Reaper says, yes, it was delicious. Appreciate you, the point. Leo. I didn't see Leo come in. I'm missing all kinds of people. There he is. Things keep shifting around on me here. Let's see. Luca says, yes, Louisiana, sorry, would be relatively affordable, I would think. Wolf says, last I heard, a piece of plywood we pay $75 for in Hawaii is about $120. We pay $175 for in Hawaii is about $120. Barb says, just a home here, $700 to $1,000 a month for a house with yard. Nice. Lucas says, actually, the Midwest is known to be very affordable. So is Pennsylvania. Reaper says it was ridiculously expensive. Well, if it was good though. Greg says, hey, Laradox, they always say there's plenty of fish in the sea. You'll find another girlfriend. This is true. Although, yeah, man, when you're that age and you lose your girlfriend, you think this is it. I'm never going to love again. For about a week. Barb says, nothing is affordable if we're at the last state on the poverty line. After the hurricane, prices are sky high. Food is worse. I'm sorry for that, Barb. Greg says, I don't think there's many Hawaiian people, I think. Hey, Laradox, that was nice of you to say. Laradox says, Yogi, you might think that you fall behind in the chat, but trust me, you're always one step ahead in being kind and respectful and loving. I really appreciate hearing that, Laradox. Reaper says, Greg, yeah, also Indians are disappearing. I wonder why. It is a tough life for them, for sure. Mocha said she could buy a house in her home state for $100K for what a regular house costs in Columbia, Maryland, with 1/10 of an acre of land. They could get an enormous house with several acres in Dayton, Ohio. The only problem is there's no Eric McCarty in Dayton, Ohio. Let's see. Barb says, Mocha, there were cities closed down and no more here in Louisiana. So that's scary to think about. Because the storms are going to just keep coming and they're just going to keep getting worse. I'm sad to say. Reaper says, don't worry, it'll reach everyone soon, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm afraid you might be right. There we go. This is what I missed. Leo said so. Sorry I'm late, my friend. Good afternoon, Yogi the Goat. Hope your day is well, brother. It is good. Hey, I set a recent PR on my dips. When you get a good number of dips, it's a good day. Let's see. Laradoc says she was from North Carolina, and I told you her name is Tegan Brooke on YouTube. Yep, I remember. That's her on YouTube. Yeah, you asked me to subscribe, and I did. Leo the one, the champ, says Eric Lapointe. Same thing Reaper said, the one. Greg says, if you buy a home in the Bay Area, San Jose, Oakland, you better be a millionaire. I've heard that. Actually, Mocha said that before. Barb says, beautiful, not where I am, but 1 hour away is the bayous, my type of land. I like bayous, swamps, wetlands, fens. What are some other names that I'm missing? Estuaries? Mocha says Anchorage has a mild climate in the 60s and 70s in the summer, but it feels warmer, just not humid, and around freezing to the teens in the winter. Reaper says, appreciate that, Eric. Barb liked that. Now that looks great. Making me hungry now. Dodak says, with a dot in the name. Greg says, hey, Barb, do you have a lot of friends? All right, I'm not too far down here. Oh, there we go. Let's see, Barb says, yes, Mocha, and more people are just leaving out. It's sad here in Lake Charles. They're ripping down more homes that were never fixed from Hurricane Laura and Delts. Wow, Burpee Ripper bought 4 total. Almost $100 worth of turkey legs. Mocha says, did you mean 2 turkey legs for each hand, Burpee Reaper? That I would have liked to have seen. Did you get them all at once and just eat them on the go? Or did you have one and say, that's what I would do. I would say, you know what, I can get by with 1. And then I'd eat it and I'd be like, you know what, I should have gotten 2. And then I'd think, well, I should get 2 now in case I want 1. And then I'd go back for a 4th. So yeah, now I have the image, thanks to Mocha, of Burpee Reaper, 2 turkey legs in each hand. Barb says, yes, Greg, she does have a lot of friends. Why do you ask? That should have been the YouTube short. Burpee Reaper with 2 turkey legs in each hand. Let's see, Mocha says, that's true. Barb, it breaks my heart to see that such a rich history, complete, unique from the rest of us. That's true. Reaper says, I should have done that. You know what? You might have to go back. Tell your wife that you're doing it for art. You're doing it for the sake of art. Let's see. Barb says, Mocha, I tried to slow the chat down to 30 seconds, but I could not save. That's okay. We're getting by. We're already on our 2nd hour. That means that we got Goldie through her last 10 minutes and then some. She's probably on the tram right now. Greg says, yes, you're very lucky to have that, Barb. My friends and family are all gone, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry to hear that, Greg. Barb says, family is mostly gone, but friends are made every day. That's nice. I've become pretty reclusive, solitary. mentioned before, I share a home with my brother because we both inherited it, and it's cheaper. I got a home that's paid for. Man, how much better can it get? Any better than that? I do live in a high tax area, but I get to split it with my brother. We don't see each other that often, which is a good thing. Not that we don't get along, not that we don't love each other, but we're very, very different people, as Mocha could attest to. Um, and, I see a few people walking. I see Mocha, I see Misty, and that's it. Let's see. Wolf says, if you enjoyed the experience and it was worth the money. Well said, Wolf. I agree. Barb says, remember friends. Good friends are seen as blessings in our lives. I think you're all spiritual brothers, which is more than a friend to me. Thank you for that. Very much appreciate that, Barb. And the feeling is mutual. Walking with Goldie is waiting for the tram to get me home. Waiting for the tram. Greg says, hey, Eric, the host, it's cool. You read every text. Some hosts never look at even one text. I try to read every text. I know I miss some when it gets busier. So sometimes I might skip the greetings and the highs. But hey, if you guys are kind enough to leave a message, leave a text for me or even for each other, then I want to extend the same kindness and courtesy and read it out loud. Some, if it's addressed to someone else, I might not read it. It depends on the flow of the conversation. I really think there's an art form to every single live stream, and everyone does it differently, the way it should be. So there's never any need for someone to say, this live stream is better than another live stream, or don't do it this way, or I wouldn't do it this way, because you don't have to do it this way. It's just how it is. Sometimes, the talk is very much centered on yoga and meditation and our own internal peacefulness. And other times it's just friends talking. And one is not more valuable than the other. Both are pretty awesome. So thank you for that, Greg. Thank you for that, and thank you for being our participant and a friend here. Both are very much appreciated. Goldie says, hi there, lovely Barb, lovely Mocha. Paradox is back. And Walking with Goldie says, happy birthday, lovely, hello, Flower here. Greg says, Goldie, you just getting off from work? Yep, when we started the conversation, she had about 10 minutes left. Laradoc says, Yogi, I can't get to people's channels when I press the icon. You gotta be a moderator. You used to be able to. Yep, you used to be able to because you used to be a moderator. And the reason you're not a moderator is because yesterday you said, Yogi, take away my mod status. It was not something that it's actually something I did reluctantly because I thought that you had come a long way, and you know what? You earned that status back. The Godzilla's here. Godzilla, did you get your figures? The last time you came in, oh man, was that a week or so ago? And you had ordered, was it 2 or 3? Jacob's here. Jacob, my friend, how are you? Says, salute to Mr. Burpee Reaper. And we got the Let's see. Oh, there it goes. I fell behind. Goldie says, to Greg, checked out at 9 p.m. my time, 23 minutes ago. Paradox is the same. I don't really have much of a family, but you are all. If you guys don't mind at all. You got some good people here to look up to. Very disciplined, focused people. I really suggest spending time. Visit them on the live streams. See how they do things. Godzilla says his figures still haven't arrived. I hope soon. Wolf says he has every confidence that Reaper could handle 2 in each hand. Yeah, especially post burpee workout. Jacob said, greetings and blessings to you all. Can we get Mr. Yogi to 20 likes before the live stream ends? That's a tall order. I think we're going to end in maybe 20 minutes or so. I appreciate the thought and the effort. Jacob says, much love and support. Big salute to you, Mr. Yogi. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And salute to you as well. Sorry I missed your psychos. I would have loved to have seen that. Greg says, to Laradox, when he was his age, very shy. I was shy too. Still shy. Terrified to talk to gals. Laradox is shy too. Goldie says, but I stopped at the store to return some bottles, pet, and buy stuff on discount. 50% off. Nice. Laradox says, I have a best friend. She's gay. I'm glad you have a best friend. Reaper says to Laradox, he was shy as well. Interesting. Because you know what? I wouldn't have guessed it, but it goes to show that you just never know with people. It's all part of my life. It's all part of life, my dude. Just take it easy. Don't fall in love as soon as possible. Take your time. You are young. Excellent advice. That's what I mean, Laradox. You got people here who will steer you right. Laradox says she lives in Hawaii. Jacob says, hit the like button if you enjoy his live stream. Much love and respect to you all. Thank you for that. We got 12 likes. Laradox says she supports gay pride, LGBTQ, and Laradox says a mind. There's really not much to mind. Reaper says, there's so many fish in the sea, it's overflowing. Reaper says, great psychos, my dude. Man, I'm really sorry I missed those. Godzilla wants to know if Goldie returned bottles at Kaufland. Kaufland, did I say that right? Jacob says, thank you so much for the encouragement, brother. That was my first time ever trying. And I've heard it from multiple sources that you nailed it. Squirrel Sniper came in, and one of the first things he said was, I watched Jacob do his first psycho burpees. Greg says, hey, Goldie, go home and enjoy your family and relax. That's an order. It was not Kaufland. Today it was Mega Image. Tomorrow is Carrefour. Laradox says it's fine. I don't mind about being a moderator. Do I care? I promise. Let's see. Every time I think I'm about to be caught up. Eric Point says his chat isn't keeping up. Yeah, it's been weird. It's jumping around on me. Cody says, Greg Dayton, I don't drive, so I need to get the tram. Hey, how easy is it to get around? One, in Romania, Transylvania, and two, in your city without, like on public transportation. Is it unusual for people to drive or not drive? Like in New York City, I'd say probably the majority of people don't drive. Am I correct about that? Jacob says, hit the like button if you enjoy his lives. Let's get him to 20 likes. Appreciate that. Go what he says, and it's not here yet. Dardak says he's just happy being part of the live stream. I appreciate that. Doesn't make any difference. No, that's true. I think that's the case across the board. If you're here enjoying the conversation, it doesn't really matter. Greg says, hey Goldie, I stopped driving in August of 95. I'm not driving right now with my car in flux. Theodox says, yes, Yogi, I'm glad that you took away my wrench and I don't want it back, not right now, at least because I feel I don't deserve it, but I thought I could press someone's French. No, that's part of the perks of being a mod. Let's see. Goldie says, just set it to the top chat, and after that, to all chat. Eric Lapointe, sometimes it needs a jolt. Greg Dalton says, hey Godzilla, great song by Blue Oyster Cult in 1977. I would be willing to bet that our friend Godzilla's parents were not yet born in 1977. Matter of fact, his grandparents might have been born around that time. You know what? I never could get into Blue Oyster Cult. It's not like I would say I didn't like them, but they never did it for me. Jacob says, let's get Mr. Yogi to 20 likes. Thank you all for supporting Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that. I think we might be stuck at 12 for the day. That's all right. Theodox says, I have weed, but I don't like it because it can get in my flowers and it spreads easily. It's interesting. He enjoys hiking, playing basketball, and gardening. All fun things to do. Except for basketball. For me, personally. Godzilla says, by the way, I started watching Pacific Rim, The Black. I haven't heard from that. I haven't heard of that. Paradox says, Jacob is positive, and I love it. He is very positive. Very positive, and he is one of the hardest workers in the burpee game, that's for sure. Greg says, don't you agree that a chat family is not the same as an actual in-person family? Well, yeah, there's a different energy, for sure. But we take our family where we get it, how we get it. Jacob says, hey, brother Laradox, much love to you. Very nice, Jacob. Laradox is going to go. Take care, my friend. Nice seeing Burpee Reaper put out some wisdom to our friend Laradox. That's what he needs. And people like Reaper and Jacob and Eric Lapointe, everyone, Greg, Wolf, Squirrel Sniper. Let's see. What did I miss? Greg says, goodbye, my great grandson. And Jacob says, have a blessed day. Brother Laradox, come back and visit us. Definitely come back. Goldie says, Greg, that's so sweet of you and Laradox. It is. Very nice. Mocha says, agreed, Greg. It doesn't matter what the friend's sexuality is. What matters is that a person is a friend. Very true. Oops, I missed that. Sorry, Greg. If you have a friend, doesn't matter if gay, who cares? Exactly. If it doesn't matter to your friend that you are straight, why would it matter to you that they are gay? Great words, Greg. Mocha agrees. Goldie says it's very easy in my city. Public transport is great. However, most people drive. Well, I'm glad it's easy for you. I wish more people took the option of not driving. Greg says Goldie is so very fortunate to have family. Don't know what that's like. Mocha says, don't forget to hit the like button before y'all leave. Much appreciated. Hey, we're at 13. So thank you for that. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you, Jacob. And thank you, Wolf. He started it off at the very top of the conversation, asking people to hit the like button. Goldie says, but believe me, the roads are safer with me as a pedestrian. I sort of feel the same with my own driving. I'm not a terrible driver. A tendency to bump into things. Jacob says, yes, I was shocked when I did do it. It was clean fully, but I wasn't clear fully. But I could do it. I don't think it hit me. I was thinking it was going to take a month or two. Nope. To master that level of the burpee. It's one of those things, we were talking about that at the beginning. You just got to dive in. You got to be explosive. And you definitely got the strength, the power, and the explosiveness. Greg says, hey, Mocha, that's a problem with some idiots. If you're not perfect, or you get bullied and abused. So true, Greg. Barb says we are saying goodbye to go ride around and show some friends the state parks. We'll be doing shorts. Awesome. I'll be looking for the shorts. Blessings and hugs. With love to everyone. Thank you, Barb. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Wolf 2, thank you, my friend. Reaper says, hell no, Jacob. Yeah, we all knew it. We had 100% faith in you, Jacob. Goldie says, outside the city, we have a train, bus, but if it's a longer trip, I just call a friend to come along with us. Nice. What about your daughter? Does she drive? Reaper says, I knew you could because of the way you throw yourself down. Yeah, exactly. It's just he's got power to spare. Goldie says, bye, lovely Barb. Mocha says, not even just imperfect. All you have to do is different. Something that someone else can understand. True. Greg says, sorry, we skipped down again. Hey, Barb, hang in there and enjoy your day. Take care. Definitely take care, my friend. Jacob says, I just learned from the top burpee legends, like you, Brother Reaper. He's the one. You know, Eric Lapointe, his very first public burpee live stream or burpee video. I don't think it was a live stream, it was a video. And he hit some Psycho burpees, right off the bat. So even then, we saw the potential in our young friend Eric Lapointe. We knew it was a burpee legend in the making. What we didn't know, what we didn't even suspect, that even then, the idea was planted for the wood splitter burpee. Greg says, hey Moki, this bullying is horrible. Young people taking their lives because they were bullied. It's heartbreaking. It is, Greg. Exactly. Reaper says, appreciate that, Brother Jacob. We raise each other up. Iron sharpens iron. Exactly. Moki says, it's true. It truly is, Greg. And not just teens, literally babies in 3rd grade and stuff. Absolutely heartbreaking. And you know this sad thing across the board? It continues. Do you guys see it here? We see our friends being bullied. We see people coming in here and attempting to make people feel bad. I've seen people come in and attempt to make me feel bad. It's just amazing that that still goes on. I don't understand it. Greg says, hey host Eric, do you ever use profanity? Very seldom. Sometimes for dramatic purposes to get a point across, or if I'm joking with Mocha about something. Sometimes when I'm kicking back with my cats and we're like, you know, F this, F that. You know how cats are. But yeah, not often. Certain point in my life, I purposely dampened that. I didn't want it to be an expression of mine. So it's natural now that it just doesn't come to me, unless again I'm doing it for dramatic flair. Eric Point says, and you like those wood splitters, Jacob? It was a very purposeful move. Goldie says, every Friday in my city, public transportation is free. I told that to Mocha the other day, because I remember you saying that. On everything, to encourage people to leave their cars at home. Very nice. I wish we did something like that. You would think, actually, because of what we pay in taxes, public transportation would be just that. It would be public. It would be free for everyone. Should be included in the taxes that we pay. Reaper says, any Dobin for sure. That's how you do a psycho. Greg says, these effing bullies and their parents need to be held accountable. I agree. Like I said, you know, hey, this was a pretty calm live stream, but we've seen people come in and gang up on Barb. We've seen people come in, happen this morning actually, on my first live stream. People coming in with comments to me. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next live stream in about 2 hours or so. Looking at people in their original innocence, the key to forgiveness, and why it is the easiest thing to do, and at the very same time, the hardest thing to do. Who wants to look at someone, or even believes there's an original innocence behind being attacked? And to look past that, to look past the attack. But it's there, and it's possible, and it's life-changing. Paradox is back, live on YouTube channel right now. Well, you know what? In about 5 minutes or less, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. So if anyone wants to head on over, hang out with Paradox. Jacob says, amen to that, brother Burpee Reaper. Love, support, inspiration, and motivation. Exactly. Iron sharpens iron. That should be the common Burpee community tattoo. Should be a way of identifying ourselves in public. You see it down the side of the arm. Iron sharpens iron. Let's see. Just when I think I'm caught up. Reaper says, or you can blame a parent for not teaching those bullies some respect. You can also blame a parent. Miko says, yes, they do, Greg. Blessings to you, Wolf. Again, thank you for being here. Goldie says she isn't driving yet. Here you have to pay for a driving school. Jacob says, hey and bye, Brother Wolf. Blessings to you. Greg Dayton says, hey, Paradox, thanks for not saying God even one time today. I was actually reading about something we talked about. Was it yesterday or the day before? Jesus' instructions on praying in private. The importance of displaying faith, but not necessarily needing to talk about it. Reaper says, you can teach your child to be defensive and also respectful. These kids now these days, they have no respect. Yeah, I agree. And it's weird that, I guess it's a different world. How I conduct myself online is how I conduct myself in my life. I don't want there to be any separation. I don't want to be kind and respectful in person and then be ignorant online, or the other way around. Goldie says, and she prefers focusing on exams and university admissions. It's good. It's a good focus. That's nice to hear. Mocha says, Greg, love it. Yeah, I thought Mocha would like that. Jacob says, thank you, Brother Eric LaPointe. Shout out to you, my man. I could feel my core. Those wood splitters, that variation is A+. Big salute to you. Man, I'm really sorry I missed that session. Hey, I'm at 15 likes. Thanks, guys. I have not done a wood splitter yet. I think about it in the back of my mind, but when I hit that last rep, I'm just happy to be done my last rep. Today, after the dips, did I mention I got a dip PR, by the way? A recent PR. That's the thing, when you get older, you get to start your PRs over each day. And that's literally almost true. I do start my PRs over almost every year now. Greg says, you guys should hear me when I'm very angry. I have the most foul mouth you've ever seen. Yeah, I have friends who are much the same. Some friends that, lifelong military. Jacob says, one more like and you're at 15, Missy Yogi. I got it. 15. Awesome. Thank you for that. Let's see. Goldie says, well, the amount I pay for a ride is hilarious because I'm a resident. Like a penny a ride. Nice. It's a personalized monthly fee I pay. Very nice. Reaper says, my comments aren't showing up. It's because I'm talking about how to handle a bully. No, they should be showing up. I see them. Eric LaPointe says, probably Reaper, probably brother. Simple YouTube, I swear. No, I see him. Yep, Goldie says. It sums it up. Lewis, no, it's only Eric McCarty being behind. It's always about Eric McCarty being behind. Reaper says, I don't see some comments, Goldie. You two remove them as one being kind, I guess. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything unkind. Let's see. Goldie says, I didn't see anything flagged. No, I didn't either. It wasn't anything offensive at all. Greg says, hey everyone, tomorrow we're gonna party. I'll be 40 years sober. Awesome. Congratulations, Greg. That is it's a huge achievement. Reaper says that's probably how far they've taken it, not even showing the comments. Eric Point says it happened to me before. I never showed up at all. Wasn't removed, just never showed up. Weird. Mocha says that's amazing, Greg. Yeah, definitely amazing. Reaper says the point wants the title. You know what they say. To be the champ, you gotta beat the champ. And I think we all know who the champ is here. If you need a hint, it's not me. Luke says, burpees, that's a certain word that YouTube will remove instantly. Entity, but sometimes even trigger words. I don't agree with it, but it's there. Man, modern technology is definitely getting insidious. Insidious seems to be the word for the day. Greg says these effing bullies have issues. Something's wrong with them. Can't argue that. We could talk about, and again, maybe next time, on a psychological level, what's wrong with them on a psychological level as seen through yogic and Buddhist psychology. If anyone's interested, we're gonna, as soon as I'm almost caught up. We'll call it a day. I think I'm caught up, right? Cody says that's an interesting thought, Luke. However, we never had one mass shooting because guns are regulated here. Jacob says, let's get Miss Yogi to 20 likes. Thank you all who support our friend Miss Yogi. Big salute. Thank you for that. Because we'll be calling it a day. I think 15 is where it is. 15 makes me happy, though. I heard someone mention that about that like count. And you know what I figured? Because I do, some people do 4 hour, 5 hour, and they get a ton of likes. But I figure if I average mine out between 3, I'm not doing too bad. I appreciate them all. I appreciate every single like. Greg says, thank you, Mocha, very much. Eric Point says, nice, Greg. Yeah, it's huge. Reaper says, if you remember my live, I'll tell you guys how to handle a bully. Remind me and I'll tell you some of my bully stories. It wasn't easy growing up and being a bully. Just joking. I was never a bully. I did have attempts at being bullied. And I say attempts because at a young age, I just didn't want to take it. I was bullied by teachers. I was bullied by adults. I was bullied by a lot of people. And something in me just rebelled from a very early age. Two big shifts not being afraid to get physical. The other big shift was realizing that, and this took me a while to get to, I didn't want to get physical. Just didn't want to hurt anyone. Reaper says, I'll try again. Let's see. Reaper says, no, that's not the real one. Greg says, it won't be nasty here. It's called respect. Plus, I don't want to get blocked. Well, you never get blocked by me. I don't think anyone would block you. I think people might, give a reminder. Because, hey, everyone gets enthusiastic in their language time to time. That's no problem. But, hey, you're part of the community, big part of the community. I appreciate your visits, and I love our conversations. If something slips from time to time, I'm not worried about it. Cody says, congratulations to Greg. Greg says, thank you. We are all champs, says the Burpee Reaper. We are all champs, but there's only one the champ. Luke says, 40 years, that's amazing. Did you ever feel like you caught a second wind a couple months after sobriety? That's a good question. Reaper says it happened again. His phone started glitching. Say it on his live tomorrow. Hey guys, don't forget. Go to Reaper's community page. Put in your song. If you don't think he can be there on his live stream, put in the song you want to hear. Eric LaPointe says they are tracking you now, Lewis. Could be the Matrix might be glitching. You can't stop me from spreading the truth, YouTube. Now you've done it. Now you've done it. The men in black are on their way over to San Diego right now. They've been tracking him. The point, that's what they don't want me to grow. Man, you must be getting a ton of, I've had you up and running. YouTube is going to think, man, maybe it shouldn't be the Burpee Reaper any longer. Maybe it should be the Turkey Leg Reaper. The only thing Burpee Reaper slays more than burpees, turkey legs. Should be the Burpee and Turkey Leg Reaper. Lewis, I've never met a turkey leg that I couldn't slay. Reaper. This just adds to my commentary. It adds to my running commentary, my introduction. The legendary Burpee Reaper introduction that gets longer and longer each day. Jacob's going to head off now. I'm going to head off now too. Just a minute. It's going to take a nap. Well-deserved nap. Big salute to you, brother, Mr. Yogi. It was an honor to be part of your live stream once again. Thank you so much, my friend. Greg says, hey, Luke, it took a few attempts to finally get sober. Just got tired of the BS. That's the way to do it. You just keep doing it. You just keep trying. Jacob says, big salute to you, brother Burpee Reaper and Eric LaPointe. Great. Thank you for that, Jacob. Greg says, goodbye, Jacob. Everyone's saying goodbye. Lewis was bullied in high school. I'm sorry, Lewis. That it is tough to be bullied. Eric LaPointe says, that was funny, Yogi. Squirrel Sniper is back. Greetings, Eric, in chat. How was the cooking hot dogs over the fire? Luke says, I feel that, Greg, struggling myself. Sometimes it feels like no big deal and part of life. Other times I think about how much happier I am sober. It's pretty fine, though. No hard drugs. Hey, Luke, anytime you want to talk about that, let me know. Um, for me, I've mentioned before, it's been 26 years. It was effortless to quit, and I didn't even want to quit. I was um, thought of myself as a happy drunk, although there's no such thing as a happy drunk. I was slowly killing myself. It was speeding up, actually. I was given that moment of grace, and I've lived that grace ever since. But there are definitely tricks to the trade, definitely things that help, and I'm always happy to talk about them. Mocha says, that sucks, Burpee Reaper. It does. Greg says, hey, Luke, it's your life, and you can do what you want, but one day you'll find it has to stop. Wise words from Greg. Lewis says, it's okay, Mocha. It helped me grow up. He got taken care of peacefully. Nice. Mocha says, we're all our experiences, good, bad, and otherwise, shape who we are today. Get some laughing emojis from the Reaper. Greg says, I've been bullied and still regret it. And I've had kids bully me once in a while. And sorry about that, Greg. Mocha says, no, it's true. No joke, I've been through a lot in my life, but I'm here. It's very true. Maybe more than anyone I know, Mocha's been through some hard times. Sniper says, he was bullied in boarding school. I learned Denmark. It's a pretty serious art. When I left school after helping an elderly chap home with his shopping one evening, explained that Denmark was the reverse of spiritual healing. Let's see. Mocha says, it's good that you regret it, Greg. And Sniper says, it's designed to drain the chi from the opponents. I got a book somewhere on the back shelf here on Denmark. Mocha says, it seems like it would have been worse in boarding school. Yeah, I would guess so. Yeah, being away from friends and family, and as Mocha says, you can't get away from it. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. It's you guys that make it great. Let's see. Reaper says, damn, Eric, you have turned it into like the show Friends. We need more of you. It is a nice place to hang out, you know? We all should have a cup of coffee sometime. Reaper says, the point, go live. Have you done your burpees yet? You can always go live now. Greg does, hey, Mocha, it was 14-year-old punk. I've grown a lot since that time. I was a 14-year-old punk. I've grown a lot since that time. Yeah, I would say so. You definitely have you show a sensitivity in how you respect others, Greg. Goldie says, thank you for the lovely live and chat. Thank you. Very much appreciate you guys making it lovely. Squirrel Sample says, Milky, yeah, but thinking back, it was very psychological too. I could see that. Milky says, of course, and it shows that you've evolved, exactly, because you recognize that. You'd be surprised at how many don't grow up. And again, we see that here. We see grown-ups trying to bully other grown-ups. Sniper says, hot dogs are great. I made sure I cooked too many. Awesome. Milky says, the worst bullying is psychological. I agree. Eric the Point can't go live because he has to watch his daughter's dance recital. Nice. Enjoy. It's a great moment. Squirrel Semper says hot. The hot dogs. I got it. says a bruise heals, but emotional abuse lingers. True. Greg says, thanks for the kind words. Mocha, that's what she does. Dim Mak is like the death touch. As Sniper says, it drains the chi, drains the energy. You could also do it delay, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, Sniper says its power is up towards using one's own energy against them. Pressure point attacks, but in sequence. Mocha says, sounds effective. Alright. Reaper says, Goldie, don't hike alone, please. Good advice. So, with that, guys, I'm not quite caught up, but I gotta go recharge. I gotta get some water. I gotta get a little bit of food. It's my last meal for the day. So, Mocha says, Goldie is a lovely saint. She is. Sniper says, Mocha, it's maximum effective with minimal contact. That is perfect. Sniper says, no, walking with Goldie. I'll watch that shortly. Yeah, it's nice. It was really nice. Greg says, yes, Goldie is very popular with good people. I just don't say that very often. Sniper says, delay is designed to enable an attacker to retreat until the 12 lessons he learned and to pass knowledge to those not to F with. Nice. All right, guys. We're going to call it a day. Goldie says, though, Mocha, oh, lovely Mocha. I'm no saint, just a simple mom. That's what a saint would say, says Mocha. I agree. I agree with Mocha. So, guys, I'll be back in about 2 hours or so. If you're around, if you're not too bored, I know it's Saturday night. Everyone should be busy doing stuff or asleep. But hey, if you got a minute, come by and say hi. Come by and say hi. You know what? I'm not saying that I am promising a turkey leg for everyone, but I'm not saying there won't be turkey legs for everyone. Let's just leave it at that, and we'll let people figure things out on their own. So, with that, Sniper says, nothing simple about being a mom. Actually, I agree, 100%. Greg says, very unselfish. Very unselfish. That's very good. It is. So, guys, I'll be back. Again, appreciate you all being here. And take care. Hey, Eric LaPointe, enjoy that recital. It's a magical time for, you know, a father and a daughter. Family together. Goldie, I hope you're home by now, or at least you're on the tram heading your way home. Greg, for some reason you don't pop in tomorrow or later tonight, congratulations on 40. Squirrel Sniper, enjoy the cookout, if you're still cooking out. But enjoy the whole day, the whole sleepover experience. And Burpee Reaper. Oh, Jacob, I know he's gone, but congratulations on those psychos, man. And the Burpee Reaper. It's a big day for the Burpee Reaper tomorrow. It's Show Tune Sunday, man. Guys, pick your songs. Pick your songs, put it out there, put it on his page, because he'll do it easily. Without any, you know, like, oh, I'm not going to do that. He did it to Mandy. So, pick your song, or, hey, if Reaper stops back later, you can let him know personally. Probably easier to type it in the comment, though. So either do it tonight, pick the comment and type it in, or show up tomorrow morning, or do both. Come hear your song be played and see some amazing, amazing burpees being done to it. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. So with that, guys, I'll see y'all later. Take care.